and research graduates. I will request the data center to keep the mic mute to all the participants except the speaker. Today, we are going to hold 10th seminar of our DS events calendar. Today the speaker is Dr. Saifur Rahman, Assistant Professor from the University Institute of Information Technology. His topic is Emergence of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, a Real Dream to Future Success. It is very interesting and latest topic, especially for our precision agriculture team and for our students who are doing research with the precision agriculture projects, and some projects in IT are also doing with the agriculture. I will request the speaker to please on your camera and screen share to start our this seminar. Hand over to the Dr. Saifur Rahman.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। सर मेरी आवाज क्लियर है?
जी क्लियर है डॉक्टर साहब।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected Worthy Vice Chancellor, Dean Director and all faculty members, dear research fellows and students, Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I would like to appreciate the effort of Worthy Vice Chancellor, Director Advanced Studies and his team for organizing such a wonderful series of successful seminars. This seminar will help all the faculty members and postgraduate students to explore the research areas of other domains in their future research. The title of my today's talk is Emergence of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, a Real Dream to Future Success. I have classified my today's talk into two main sections. First of all, we will have a brief overview of artificial intelligence in general. Then we will be more specific when we see the different application of artificial intelligence in our closely related agriculture domain. The first section contains the following headings. First of all, we will see a brief definition of artificial intelligence. Then we will be aware about history of artificial intelligence, then the types of artificial intelligence, and finally branches of artificial intelligence. So what is intelligence? Basically, the term intelligence is used to define the capacity of a human being to learn and solve problems. There are many other definitions of intelligence. For example, it defines ability to solve novel problems, the problems which have never been seen or solved. Intelligence also means the ability to learn and to adapt according to the environment. The other definition of intelligence is that ability to interact with the world. And normally this interaction could be through speech, vision, motion, and also through manipulation. Next, the main term artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence could be defined in many different ways, but most simple definition is a way of making a computer, robot, or software application that can think and act like a human. The goals of artificial intelligence are twofold. First goal of artificial intelligence to build machines that exhibit intelligent behavior. The other goal of artificial intelligence to understand what is intelligence, and then the next step in this goal is to model this intelligence. Brief history of artificial intelligence. Although the history of artificial intelligence is very old, but I have selected some very well-known events in the domain of artificial intelligence which were occurred in its development. The first success that AI researchers obtained in artificial intelligence was the development of a artificial neurons model, and it was developed in 1943 by Muklej and Pitts. In 1956, another big event was occur in artificial intelligence domain when a neural network computer, the SNARK, was developed. In the same year, a conference was held. The conference was named the Dartmouth Conference, and researchers for intelligence all around the world participated in this conference. And this conference ended with the name suggested as artificial intelligence for its future use. During the period of 1957 to 1969, different developments were performed in artificial intelligence. The main achievement of the A researcher was the Shekida report. This report was able to perceive the environment and then interact accordingly. During the period of 1970 to 1974, AI researchers feel that AI problems appear to be too big and complex, and the computers existing at that time were very slow, very expensive, and have very little memory in them. In 1975 to 1979, a big change occurred in artificial intelligence when AI gave birth to expert system, and MySyn was declared as the first expert system, and MySyn was developed to emulate the doctor expertise in the machine. In the period of 1980 to 1988, expert systems were brought into commercial use, and RI was declared as first commercial expert system. RI system was able to receive the input from user, and then it returns the wiring and other configuration of VEX machine at that time. After 1990s to the present, increase in computational power enable the AI researchers to enjoy the computational power, and lot of development have been done after this period. There are three types of artificial intelligence. First type of artificial intelligence is the artificial narrow intelligence. It is also termed as machine learning. In this type of artificial intelligence, the AI researchers and programmers attempt to design a machine that can solve a specific problem in one single domain. When we move to the second type of artificial intelligence, which is known as artificial general intelligence, it is also termed as machine intelligence. Here, the AI researchers are attempting to create such a machine which can perform as smarter as a human being can. The last type of artificial intelligence is the artificial superintelligence, where the researchers are attempting to create such a machine and computer programs which can perform more better than a smart human being. Artificial intelligence branches. Artificial intelligence has a different number of branches. However, some very well-known branches are listed here: machine learning, natural language processing, speech, expert system, vision, and robotics. In the next slides, we will see each of these branches in detail. Machine learning. The first branch of artificial intelligence is machine learning, and it is used to predict the future based on the previous data. And there are training data from which a model is learned, and then this model is tested using the testing data, and future is predicted through this branch. The aim of machine learning is to automatically discover the pattern in the given data, and then to use the uncovered pattern in order to predict the future from the new coming input data. A typical machine learning process is shown in this slide. The basically machine learning process starts with the get data step, where data is obtained from the real-time sensor or real-time devices, or it can be obtained from the static websites like UCI and artificial intelligence today, which are the repository of data sets. Once the data is collected, then this data is passed to the next step of the machine learning process, which is known as pre-processing. Pre-processing is the heart of the machine learning algorithm because once the data is pre-processed, then it is transformed into structured data, and then structured data is passed to the next phase, which is the learning algorithm. Here different learning algorithm can be used from the machine learning algorithm, which will be discussed in the next slide. And from these learning algorithm, a candidate model is created, and this process is iterative, and this process is repeated until a good model is obtained at this stage. Once the model is obtained from this stage, then different applications are created from this model. Being the core branch of artificial intelligence, machine learning has divided into three different types of algorithms. First type of algorithms in machine learning is supervised learning. In this type of learning, a programmer has full control over the process. In supervised learning, basically programmer knows what kind of data he or she can input to the processor and what type of output is expected from the model. In supervised learning, two main classes are classification and classification. The second type of machine learning algorithm is unlike supervised learning, in unsupervised learning, user has no full control over the process, and process is itself process is itself responsible to generate the output from the given data after complete analysis. The third type of machine learning algorithm is reinforcement learning. This is the type of algorithms where actually artificial intelligence show its effect, and these are some applications of reinforcement learning. Machine learning application. There are a lot of applications which are related to machine learning, and it ranges from automatic translation that we counter in our daily life when we use Google Translator. Machine learning algorithm application can be found in traffic prediction, search engine result optimization, online fraud detection, medical diagnosis. There is no a single field where machine learning application cannot be found. The second branch of artificial intelligence is the natural language processing. The aim of NLP is to understand what the human being is speaking, and it is an ongoing process as there are many languages which are not general and they are evolving time to time. So it is an ongoing effort to understand the natural languages. NLP application. There are a lot of applications of NLP, for example, translation application, and this is provided from the Google, and error detection, fake news detection, classifying emails such as spam or professional or social emails. Expert system. The third main branch of artificial intelligence is the expert system. Expert system is basically a computer program that emulate the decision-making ability of a human expert. Expert systems are designed in order to solve different type of complex problems, and these problems are solved using the reasoning process, and reasoning is performed using the knowledge base, which is the main component of expert system. And this reasoning is usually represented through if-else rules rather than conventional procedural code where we get input and then find the sum and show the sum to the user. In the figure, we can see the different components of expert system where human expert is involved, knowledge engineer, Knowledge engineer component basically seek knowledge from the human expert from a single or specific domain. And then knowledge engineer is responsible to build a knowledge base. Knowledge base is a component where actual facts are stored. And then the heart of the expert system is inference engine, which is responsible to perform logical question on knowledge base and then obtain facts from the knowledge base, and then these facts or knowledge is represented to user, and the end user may not be needed to an expert. Expert system for agriculture, although there are many application of expert system, but I have collected some expert system which are available for agriculture. And from these expert system, first is the rice doctor, which provide all the details about rice cultivation to harvesting. And then there is also available a sugarcane expert system, which provide different types of expertise to the sugarcane farmers. There is also another expert system, poultry expert system, an expert system for Pakistan wheat, and expert system for diagnosis of dead palm diseases. So these are the some simple expert system which are available to agriculture. The question arises why expert systems are needed. Expert systems are efficient and they have no emotion. Expert systems are also able to deliver correct and accurate knowledge because it has knowledge base which is built through knowledge engineer, and knowledge engineer basically receive all the knowledge from the domain expert. And also the last point, consider all facts. A human being can miss any facts when he take any decision, but expert system cannot miss any point while the expert system take any decision against any question. The other branch of artificial intelligence is the computer vision. Computer vision is also a very progressing branch of artificial intelligence. The aim of computer vision is to derive meaningful patterns, and these patterns are normally obtained using the digital images, digital videos, and other visual inputs. And when the patterns are drawn from the digital media, then a recommendation or some action can be taken by the user. And here is an application related to agriculture, and this is the application of vision, and this application basically shows which fruit is ready to harvest. Robotics. Another important and significant branch of artificial intelligence is robotics. Robotics is basically a branch of artificial intelligence, and it is related to electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and no way computer science is mandatory for robotics, as it is used for designing, construction, and application of robotics. While designing a robot, a user, a programmer, or engineer has to follow some specific rules. According to robotics inventor, the first law is that a robot should not harm a human being and vice versa. The second law is, according to second law of robotics, a robot must obey the order of his master. The third law, according to third law, when you design a robot, then robot should be designed such a way that it can protect its existence. Here is a simple example of robotics. You can see that a board machine is designed in such a way that it detects a ripe fruit, and after leaving the raw fruit, it harvests the ripe fruit. So this is another example of robotics which is related to our domain agriculture. Now the second part, artificial intelligence in agriculture domain. We will see the following topics in this domain. For example, artificial intelligence and agriculture, AI application in agriculture, future trends of AI in agriculture, then some advantages and disadvantages of AI in agriculture. Finally, conclusion. So AI and agriculture. Uh, Being an expert of You are agriculture expert. So artificial intelligence and machine learning is everywhere.
साहब साहब आपका माइक इशू कर रहा है साहब साहब, आपका माइक इशू कर रहा है, इसको चेक करना प्लीज।
ये बात क्लियर है? अभी आवाज क्लियर है मेरी?
हाँ जी, आप फैन क्लोज कर लें साहब साहब, शायद फैन का इशू है।
आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
जी आवाज आ रही है।
जी। Artificial intelligence and machine learning is everywhere throughout the whole growing and harvesting cycle. Artificial intelligence begins its action when a seed being planted in the soil, and one of artificial intelligence is when we ends up when the board pick up the harvest by determining the ripeness with the help of a computer vision.
डॉक्टर साहब आपका माइक का कोई इशू है, इसको फिक्स करें। अगर लैपटॉप यूज कर रहे हैं तो आप ये उतार दें, आपका हेडफोन वगैरह को उतार के।
अभी आवाज आ रही है?
अब आ रही है, लेकिन आपके शोर है आपकी आवाज।
ये भी आवाज क्लियर है?
स्पार्क हो रहा है।
जी सर, अभी आवाज क्लियर है मेरी?
हाँ जी, अब आवाज क्लियर है। बस आपका कोई प्रॉब्लम है जिसमें वायर का इशू है या कुछ स्पार्क का हो रहा है, उसका चलिए कंटिन्यू करें, देखते हैं।
A report published recently says that world population is likely to reach 9 billion in next 30 years. Therefore, a boost in agriculture's production by 70% in order to meet the rise in demand is needed. As the population is increases, so different resources such as land and water are becoming scarce. So far, complete the need of ever increasing population, there is need for an intelligent approach to farming. Such approach can make it efficient and more productive, as conventional methods used by farmers are not enough to meet the growing demands. So here comes artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a growing trend in agriculture industry as compared to another domains in the world. The role of artificial intelligence and its vast number of applications in agriculture are enormous. The application of artificial intelligence in agriculture domain include irrigation techniques, techniques for weed control, climate prediction, and also for water management and soil management. Also, it includes the use of robotics, which are used to replace the manual workers. As a result, artificial intelligence is progressing with the agriculture industry technological advancement. Now we see the different types of application of artificial intelligence with respect to agriculture. I have classified the application of artificial intelligence in three classes: agricultural robots, crops and soil monitoring, and third is predictive analysis. First application of artificial intelligence is agricultural robotics and weed control. There are different types of weed control robots which are used to reduce the usage of chemical and increase crop productivity. Such robots reduces damage caused by the herbicides. The other type of robotics is crop harvesting. There are different types of crop harvesting robots which are getting better and making farming more efficient. And such robots can cut, collect, and finally stack and pack the harvested crops. Seed planning and aerial imagery. There are different types of robots. One robot is displayed here. We can see that this robot is used to harvest the soil. Uh, on the previous slide, we have seen that there is a robot which is used to sieve reading. The next application of artificial intelligence in agriculture is crop and soil monitoring. There are different types of drones and satellites equipment which are used to capture the images of the crops and soil of the farmland. These captured images are then forward for image processing, and these are compared with the existing databases of images obtained from the farmland. And these give out the assessment of the crops and soil health condition. The assessment obtained from this process are further utilized by the farmer to assess the fertilizer and other nutrients for improving the health of the soil. As a result, this process improves the quality of the harvest. The second application in soil and crop monitoring is crop monitoring. No robots have developed which are used to monitor the crop, and again here images are captured of the farmland. Then these images are passed to the AI enabled computer system which also contain the expertise of the expert in the agriculture, and they compare the recent images with the old images and then analyze these images. The analysis of these images bring a detailed analysis of the health of the existing crop, and farmer use this type of assessment in order to identify the problems faced by the crop. Farmer then applies different types of suitable method in order to prevent crop from pest and other diseases. Third type is predictive analysis. With the help of satellite, AI can predict environmental changes. Artificial intelligence is also enable assessing information about the climate conditions well in advance. The farmer use this information to further plan his complete cultivation cycle. And such technologies can also predict the climate impact on the crop being yield with the changes of the weather condition. All these provides information about the suitable crop for the season. Finally, it even informs about the ideal planting period and correct place for farming. There are some future trends of artificial intelligence in agriculture. First of all, mobile application. Many mobile applications are available which connects farmer to the agricultural database available online. This AI-enabled system help them in giving information which is very closely related to all the field of agriculture. This help from better trading opportunities to regulating and enhancing the crop yield. These are some very well-known mobile applications which are developed for agriculture. Kisan Sahulat, Khushhal Watan, and Recult. These provide mobile-based information to the farmer, and they can take further action according to the analysis provided by these mobile application. See and spray model. AI machines are available which can distinguish between the plants and the weeds existing in the farmland. These machines then spray chemical herbicides as needed. Uh, Researchers claim that this technology reduces the use of chemical on crop by 80%. Fruit picking system. Robots have the capability of plucking and picking up the fruit from the trees. They also have the skill to distinguish between ripe and raw fruits. In this way, the ripe fruit are not wasted. Trimming robots. Robots armed with the capabilities to trim one yard from the trees in the farmland. Drone monitoring. As all of we are aware that farmland are huge and a farmer cannot visit all the farm in a day. So there is need to implement drone monitoring and drones can keep track of a large area of crops. These drones are able to collect crop data and then pass these real-time information to the system. Then it captures and records images. The built-in sensor differentiate healthy crops from the diseases one, and these information are used by the farmer to take some specific action against a specific location in the farmland. As the world is facing energy crisis, so the AI researchers are working hard to create drones which are solar powered spotted. The solar powered drones are proficient in seeing and spraying pesticides and other chemicals on the crops. Soil analysis. AI-based companies have developed multiple mobile applications for the analysis of soil, and this analysis is based on the images of the soil and the crop. Precision farming. There are AI-enabled machines which are capable of distinguish between the crop and the weed. They can also differentiate between ripe and the raw fruits on the trees. This helps them take precise action on the crop. Future trends of artificial intelligence in weather prediction application. These applications are very common and they connect the farmer to the satellite of the area. They analyze climate condition likely to prevail in the area and their impact on the crop. A advantages, there are different advantages of AI. First, identification and reduction of pests and weeds. When we apply AI, then it will cost less of the crops. It also reduces the manual labor and AI make a speedy and efficiency process of farmland cultivation. Also, AI is economy and cost effective and future planning is available through AI mechanism. However, there are different AI disadvantages. First, it is very expensive and heavy maintenance, and it also causes the unemployment of the labor and limited reach. All people cannot have access to the AI, so there is limited reach. It cannot replace human, as a human has a brain and human can work. Human can work and there is a lack of creativity in the AI enabled machine. Finally, conclusion. First, to meet the food demand of the ever increasing population, intelligent farming methods should be adopted. Secondly, to overcome the energy crisis, especially in Pakistan, we should focus on AI enabled machine and solar based approaches to farming as well. Finally, there is dire need to have strong collaboration between the AI and agriculture experts, especially in our university, researchers and postgraduate students, in order to integrate the artificial intelligence in agriculture. This is the end of seminar.
Anji, thank you very much, Dr. Saifur Rahman, for a wonderful talk. Now we one by one, we will take 5 questions. First one is raised hand by the Sidra Tahir. Please, Sidra Tahir, go for question.
Sir, my question, sir, first of all, I want to thank Dr. Saifur Rahman for presenting on a very informative session. And I really appreciate Dr. Azam for setting this useful seminar series for us. My question is specifically for agriculture experiments using machine learning and AI. What data sets are available and what are the sources from where we can acquire these data sets?
Thank you, madam. There are different websites which provide real-time data set, and you can download machine learning related data set from UCI website. And another Kaggle. You can also download machine learning related algorithm and learning process algorithms data set from Kaggle, and another website which is towards AI, artificialintelligence.net. It also provides lot of data sets which are related to agriculture domain and also machine learning domain.
Sir, I will appreciate if you can share these websites when you will share the presentation with rest of us. If you will provide links with the presentation, it will be very helpful for us.
Inshallah, at the end of session, I will share the presentation as it is more than 70 MB. So I will share it to Dr. Azim Saab and with the detail of data set URL. Dr. Saab will share it with all of the faculty members.
And that will be great. Thank you.
And next.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
जी प्लीज मुबश्शिर आरिफ.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
जी जी.
Sir, so my question is basically that as we have seen this whole presentation and we came to the conclusion that almost, as for me, I came to the conclusion that almost all the fields are covered, and if not, then hopefully it will be covered soon. We as an undergrad student, I have a question that of all the fields that are already developed, what can we do to improve them? Because I can see almost all the fields are covered, and what can we do to make a significant impact on basically agriculture?
Yes, sir, a very good question. I have compiled this presentation from different sources, and these sources are very limited when we talk about Pakistan. Especially when I concluded, I focused that Pakistani agriculture engineer and AI researchers should collaborate with each other to design robots and other AI-enabled machine that can use solar energy, and it can overcome the energy crisis as we are facing in Pakistan. So all these work have done worldwide. Now we have to develop these machines and approaches for Pakistan environment.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
And next raised hand है Riba Ahmed.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum. So my question is, what is the difference between machine learning and deep learning?
Like machine learning, deep learning is also considered as a type of machine learning. Machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence. Similarly, deep learning is also considered as a type of or branch of machine learning. As I have defined, machine learning basically uses simpler concept like predictive analysis, but deep learning uses artificial neural network which are designed to imitate the human thinking and learning. So there is a difference that machine learning works with the conceptual like predictive analysis, while deep learning basically deals with the artificial neural networks.
And the next है Quratul Ain.
Am I audible, please?
Yes, madam, please.
Sir, my question is that initially when we started development of computers and all that, the main aim was to develop such a machine that can think and act like human. That is the core of AI. So why did we initially move towards the shallow AI and I would say the conventional programming, which we call if-else programming? Why didn't we initially start from the AI?
Question is very interesting. The process start with conventional programming initially, but nowadays we are moving towards artificial intelligence. In the start, we cannot move to the artificial intelligence directly, as AI was developed later on when the computer were developed. But nowadays we are trying to create, and a researcher are working to design such a machine which can work more smarter than a human being today can. But I think artificial intelligence will remain artificial. The word intelligence God has given to human being cannot be transformed to machine, as far as I think.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है जी मोहम्मद साकिब.
Welcome, sir. Sir, in the presentation, you have talked about machine learning algorithms. So my question is that how to implement these machine learning algorithms? Is there any specific programming language to do?
Machine learning algorithm can be developed in any high-level programming language. Specifically, you can develop Python algorithm, Python language. You can use Java, MATLAB, and for artificial intelligence, you can use Lisp language as well. These are different languages that you can use to program artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques and algorithms.
जी नेक्स्ट है जी अख्तर जोनी.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. First of all, I would like to say it was a fruitful session regarding the learning some basic points about AI. Are you listening, sir?
जी जी प्लीज गो अहेड.
Now I will move toward my question. So in learning algorithms, when we do learning, we use training data sets and testing data sets. My question is that what should be the ratio of testing data set and training data set in this process?
Okay. After we get the data set for the learning application, then we split the data into two halves in the ratio of 70% and 30%. Normally 70% data is used to train the model. Once the model is trained, then the remaining 30% data can be used to test the result of the model. This ratio is commonly used. You can increase or decrease any training data or test data. In the literature, 70% and 30% training and test data is recommended.
ये लास्ट क्वेश्चन है फ्रॉम द अमन अब्बासी.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. My question is that, as you said, deep learning is the branch of machine learning. So why we need it, or what the, or is it useful in agriculture too? So why we need deep learning with machine learning, as it is branch of it?
Basically, machine learning, I have defined machine learning is a concept which is used to predict, which is used to use the predictive model. And deep learning basically adopt artificial neural network. In machine learning, user can interact with the machine. Whereas in deep learning, as we are using artificial neural network, so user has no such interaction with the and process itself think and output after learning from the past data. So deep learning is
ये हमारा ये सेशन क्वेश्चन का था. कुछ अभी भी क्वेश्चन वेटिंग है स्टूडेंट्स की तरफ से, लेकिन मैं सजेस्ट करूंगा कि वो डॉक्टर साहब से डायरेक्ट कोऑर्डिनेट करके अगर कोई है तो डिस्कशन में कर लें. हमने इधर थोड़ा से क्वेश्चन 5-6 लेने होते हैं ऑडियंस के लिए. एक में जनरल क्वेश्चन है मेरा डॉक्टर साहब आपसे कि आपने माशाल्लाह बहुत अच्छी प्रेजेंटेशन दी. थोड़ा सा ऑडियंस को बताएंगे कि आप जब एमफिल और पीएचडी के स्टूडेंट्स को प्रोजेक्ट देते हैं, क्या आप इसी बेस पे इसमें एग्रीकल्चर का कोई इसमें काम आपने किया है? इधर हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, डीप लर्निंग जो भी आपने अभी प्रेजेंटेशन दी है, इसमें कुछ काम किसी लेवल पे कोई स्टार्ट किया है या कोई प्रोसेस में है जो कल को हमें एग्रीकल्चर ग्रेजुएट्स के लिए और स्टूडेंट्स के लिए और हम कल्टी के लिए कोई कारआमद हो सके? चल रहा है कोई?
जी सर, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैं आपको बस एंड पे ही बताना चाह रहा था कि हमारे यूए टीम में अच्छी फैकल्टी है रोबोटिक्स से रिलेटेड और इस तरह के जो डीप लर्निंग के और कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क से भी, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के भी काफ़ी सारे अच्छे फैकल्टी मेंबर हैं। तो
माइक का इशू आ रहा है डॉक्टर साहब, माइक का इशू आ रहा है, आवाज नहीं आ रही। डॉक्टर साहब, आर यू हियर? साहब आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है हमें, प्लीज आप एडजस्ट योर माइक। आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही, आपका माइक का इशू है। एनी हाउ हम इसको अब कंक्लूड करते हैं सेमिनार को। एज अ ब्यूटीफुल टॉक from Dr. Saif. Today I will also appreciate the efforts of Director UIT, Dr. Yasir Hafiz, and the research coordinator, Dr. Mushahid, because today we got maximum participants in the seminar. I will request the other research coordinators and HODs, please guide the students to participate in the seminar, weekly seminar. So the purpose of our series of seminar should be beneficial for the postgraduate students. Thank you, Dr. Saab, for your wonderful presentation. And next, our presentation will be from the Dr. Shahzada Suhaili Jaz, Associate Professor from the Department Institute of Soil Science, and it will be on the 27th May. See you, the participants, faculty members, in the next seminar. Thank you very much for students, faculty members, and especially the speaker for sparing their valuable time. Thank you very much.